Welcome, everyone, to Analytics Are for the Nerds. The Super Bowl's over and the good guys won. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Once again, gentlemen, I'm sorry about losing your boner. So sorry.
Very clear 101 in this biggest foot in the mouth draft. And the 101, it's very clearly Rex Ryan, because that guy has definitely put some feet in the mouth. 100%. Guy loves feet, his white feet.
Big feet.
Lots of feet in
Little
the mouth,
feet.
I'm sure.
So many feet.
I gotta tell you, I am, you know this about me, I've been around for 20 years, you know I'm like 15 years late to a trend, but I'm also like 10 years before the next trend. I could rock out a visor, I think. I could rock it every day, and not for a long time, because eventually that trend will spill again, but I think tomorrow I can go out and people are like, he's rocking it, he's doing it right. He's doing it.
Hair and the double mustache and that is fucking gross. So, welcome.
I do want to be clear, though, that I have earned one, and Lou is depressed. There's a big difference. Lou is still trying to convince 16-year-olds he's cool, and they keep telling him they don't want weed from him. They can get it from anywhere.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's going on?
So do you still feel, Louis, after the season that you can wear a visor and rock it? Because I haven't seen you wear one since.
No, that was a mistake. I say a lot of, Ryan reminded me, we were talking about something the other day of how much dumb shit I do say on both podcasts. And I'm constantly reminded about it most of the time in those opens. So yeah, I'll take that back. I don't know about how I feel about the visor.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I haven't seen you both in several weeks. So hi, how are you doing? How's life? We're good?
Yeah. Great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Louis and I got to hang out in person over the weekend. We had the first of many in-person drafts this year already for the year. So we're full into draft season already, believe it or not.
I mean, you couldn't give it at least a 2-week break. You guys had to keep on drafting. It's very impressive, your perseverance. It's great. Anything hot and exciting on the draft? Any new players we don't know about yet?
I couldn't tell you one player that I drafted that night. I'm not even somewhat joking. I don't think I can name one. I'm not saying I was like tanked. I'm just saying I was very not involved in the draft. It was much more of a cool hang.
Okay.
And about that than anything. But I can't tell you. Rye, did you think of anything?
Yeah, I went.
What happened? I feel like you're being very.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the Twitter. Sorry, I'm trying to work on a technical problem here.
Yeah, I saw that too. So, Ryan, how did you think about your make-believe draft for who haven't even drafted?
Yeah, it was good, I think. Tight end premium, I started off, I think I was a later pick in the first round, 14 teams, so I got Bowers to start and then Genty, so I was pretty happy with that. Right, double Las Vegas, so I guess go Clint Kubiak, and we'll see.
At this point, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but at the end of the season, it's like the end of a baseball season that lasts for 50 weeks. You're so tired, so then you just automatically lose it. It's like the last day of school. You're like, all right, I don't need to know anything I just did. So you can say any person's name. This actually should be a fun game. Is it a UFC player or a football player? Because I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, but it's good luck. We've got 51 weeks until this is going to matter to you, but very cool. I'm glad you got to hang. I was busy at my sporting event, but I'm glad you guys got to do stuff. So this is the fun part of the season for me during our podcast. We have a lot to talk about. We've got, NFL recap, the Super Bowl. We've got future quarterbacks we're going to talk about, but we got more time for everything and nothing now that there's no football going on. And a lot happened, you guys. I want to talk about something very exciting and juicy that happened at the Super Bowl, and that is the breakup heard around the world. Cardi B and Stefan Diggs. What have you guys heard?
Well, I was full tinfoil hat for a while. I was ready to go all in on this. I saw what turned out to be a fake comment on the the Instagram post about being a disgrace to his team and him commenting back that she's a disgrace to music. That was fake. And then I saw an interview that she just was saying she's being dramatic. So I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know if this is just them playing the playing the game, so to speak, to get more clicks, to get more views. I don't know. I mean, it kind of seems a little contrived. Louis, what do you think?
It was so weird, right? I totally feel the same way. She's just talking about it on the podcast the next day. It just seems a little bit too, like you said, it just seems like it doesn't make too much sense. It feels like it may have all been staged. I don't know. Did they make the decision earlier in the week? Are we going to find out Diggs had another kid during the week? What happened? I mean, something had to happen. Obviously his head wasn't in the game. I'm intrigued. This isn't the number one story going on in the world right now.
No.
But I, as a distraction to the rest of it, I might follow this through the end and see what happens.
What was that stat that he has 6 kids and 5 catches in the Super Bowl? Was that something I saw? Was that accurate?
I think so.
But I thought it was very interesting. Plus, they had a kid in November, and so yeah, if you're bringing drama onto the field, I would the next day be blabbing my mouth too. So long live Cardi B. I'm on team Cardi B with all this stuff.
Well, idea. In Stefan's defense, though, how long is he supposed to wait? All right, November to what? It's February.
Have sex with someone after having a baby 3 months, Ryan.
No, not with her.
Biology.
That's it. It's cesarean.
That is not what I was asking for.
I'm just glad I live a very boring and I think healthy life. So very fun. And then so we are in the Winter Olympics, everyone's top 2 favorite Olympic. I
know where this is going, man, and I'm ready.
Oh, are you ready for this one?
Oh my God.
So you want to guess where I'm going with this, or do we want to just talk about it?
Please be the Norwegian skier.
It is the Norwegian skier. This is the craziest thing I'm just baffled by this because I'm a less is more person. I don't share really anything personal to people outside on social media platforms, but Sturla Holm Lagreg.
You sound like me trying to pronounce something there.
I had a gold medal in my life, and there are probably many who look at me with different eyes, but I only have eyes for her. Then he said, there's someone I wanted to share it with who might not be watching today. 6 months ago, I'm not doing the accent, so it doesn't sound inappropriate. 6 months ago, I met the love of my life, the most beautiful and kindest person in the world. 3 months ago, I made the biggest mistake and cheated on her. I told her about it a week ago. It's been the worst week of my life. So an Olympian, a week before traveling to Milan.
No, 3 months ago. Oh, you think he traveled that long? You think he was been there for 2 months?
No. 6 months ago, started dating this love of his life.
Yes.
And then 3 months ago, so half of the relationship cheats on her.
Yes.
And then last week tells the girlfriend that, hey, 3 months ago, I cheated on you. And then it's like, now I'm going to get on a plane and go with every single athlete in the world. Love you. And wins bronze and tells the press that he cheated on his girlfriend and she dumped him. And all he wants to do is celebrate this win with her. I know what the update is, but thoughts, would you ever, is this romantic? Is this the craziest thing ever? What's your hot take?
That is some bronze medal behavior. That is some third place shit. What? I mean, dude, sobbing. It was so unreal. And that's just not the place to just let it. I feel bad for him because that is a man who is not emotionally stable right now, obviously. But I don't feel that bad for him. He was just smashing somebody and how upset was he 3 months into the relationship? Like, or, you know, like, I mean, okay. And it's been 6 months. She's the love of your life. Get the fuck out of here. What is going on right now? I wanted it so bad to be AI generated transcripts. I thought that'd be so funny, but no, it was true. And this dude is the biggest loser ever. I'm sorry. Oh, Ryan left.
Ryan is now the biggest loser.
Ryan was so upset about my take. No, but wait, I have not heard an update, so you could share that with me.
Yeah, she's not buying it. She doesn't care, and I kind of love that for her. 3 months in. Okay, so if that's the love of your life, and it
yes,
what do I know? I'm not in their relationship, right? Why do I care? But I love that we don't know. Like, this guy is so selfish that he took the gold and silver person's energy, and he's like, hey guys, before we this is like Kanye West and Taylor Swift. This is going into that like Grammys, like yo Beyonce. This is like Beyonce should have won sort of energy. This is, yeah, I know you got first and second, but I cheated on my girl 3 months ago.
So crazy.
It's bonkers.
Yeah, took away from the other two for sure. Yes, 100%.
Public shaming. I don't know if I need that. I think keep your private stuff private.
I do want to see the other girl. I do, before making any real decision on where I stand here. I would like to see the other girl. And I mean, the dude is an Olympic skier from Norway. I'm imagining two things. Both of them are probably beautiful women, and I don't think he's going to have much of a problem getting back on the horse or the skis, as one might say. I don't know if that's what they say.
Do we think he's going to get an OnlyFans account? Is he going to be the next guy in Dancing with the Stars? Like, what is in his future?
Oh, I hope it's reality television at some point on the next season of Traitors, maybe.
You known him from the Olympics and pouring his heart out.
I mean, that wasn't just like, someone put a microphone in his face and he got emotional. That was premeditated. He knew that he got an opportunity to be on TV, he was going to say that. And that is weird.
Yeah. I think it is Sturla Holm. Sturla is his name. I also I don't know.
I'm sure there are women that love a sensitive man, and I'm trying in my old age, I'm trying to become more sensitive. But that, I think that reaction was making anybody sit at home watching the Olympics going, you know what? This guy's hot.
When you then come back from the Olympics and you come back and there's a parade and you're like, I got the bronze. And then it's like, is the country upset that you got the bronze or that you cried in front of the world?
100%. He 100% caused more damage to his country's reputation with the interview than he did getting the bronze. I don't know I don't know if he was favored. That's another thing I want to know. Like, did he disappoint himself, or if he didn't expect a medal and then he got the bronze, maybe she wasn't good for you, bro. Maybe you needed to get your head clear and get things straight. I don't know, but
maybe if he hydrates with tears. So he I think it's very beautiful for any gender to be sensitive and to cry. I just think it's bonkers to say all that stuff. Just say thank you. I got to be better. And now he goes on the Today Show in the Netherlands or wherever he's going to be from. He's from. Where is he from? He's Norwegian. So yeah, and like he's like the Norway Today Show, and they're like, oh my gosh, so what's the update? And he's like, yep, single and third place. So
listen, I'm not trying to downplay a sensitive man. Every man should cry too. But like when your nanny dies, not when you lost a girl after 3 months of a relationship, dude. Get over it. You're a bronze medal. Like, I'd be wearing that bronze medal for the next 2 months everywhere I went. I would be wearing your bronze medal winner now. Get over it.
Yeah, it's so it's so good. So let's see, we have some more fun facts. We've got these aren't fun. I was like, let's talk more about
we want to bring
we've got someone very exciting backstage. And I'm sure,
sorry.
But someone very, very exciting from he does the Bills beat for Syracuse.com. Please give it up for Ryan Talbot.
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm doing great and enjoying the conversation you guys were having.
I saw you in the back, just kind of, all about this Norwegian cheater, don't you? Not personally, but
not personally, but I thought he had a good line in there too, though. Like I had won a gold medal. Like he referred to the X as a gold medal, and I lost it after winning the bronze. So he really, shot his shot after winning bronze, trying to get her back. It doesn't sound like it went well, but you never know. Time heals all wounds.
I don't know if you were in back when I said it, but I think I think that was definitely premeditated. He knew that he was going to get that shot to be on a mic, and he knew that was coming. He shot shot his shot, like you said. Hi, Rye, welcome back.
Hey guys, first day with the new Wi-Fi. Sorry about that. Never given me problems before, so.
I like that you're in a local sports pub. It looks like very fun. So we were just talking about the Olympian that cheated on his girlfriend, but I guess we're gonna go and talk about some other fun things that happened because I've got plenty more smut we can talk about some other time. But the Buffalo Bills, we have some big changes that have happened. As a couple weeks have passed, I don't think it's as scary, but let's talk about it, guys. What do you think? What's your hot takes?
Well, first question I got you before I hear you for Ryan. Let's see. One thing I have so much trouble. We fought about it, me and Ryan, the other night. I've fought about this with Jeremy and Shope, like everybody I've talked to outside in the community, whatever. I just am having so much trouble believing that Josh didn't know anything before this. Like, how do you not go to your star quarterback before you make a move? And I know that Pegula isn't doing anything by the book, quote unquote. So that maybe, hearing him and knowing who he is, maybe that's true. But I just don't see him at least not giving a little bit of a sign off, especially how almost excited and on board he seemed, with the new hiring process. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from, but I think Pegula is truly a wild card in this matter. I mean, for years we've had people saying, how come he doesn't talk to the media more? And then after that press conference, I had a lot of people text me saying, never mind, I get it now. I think he really went into that locker room after the loss to the Broncos. He saw how shaken up Allen was and emotional and not responding to him, he said twice when he tried to get his attention, and seeing how things were. And I think he just decided then and there, I'm making this move. And I really think that this was his decision alone. I don't even know if he really talked to Brandon Beane about it immediately in that moment. I think he may have just kind of said after the fact, hey, here's what I'm doing. And if you're Beane, one, you have to be on board with it if you want to keep your job. And then if you're Josh Allen, there's not much you can do. And I'm sure Pagula said, we want you in the room when we interviewed all these new candidates that we're bringing in to be the new head coach. We want your take on it. You're not going to be the final say-so, but we do want you to be involved. And that probably helped him sign off on it, because I do think that he and Sean McDermott got closer in the last few years of McDermott's tenure, where early on McDermott was running this like a CEO. And I think he finally started to loosen up a little bit the last year or two.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's nice having you on, Ryan. And Mike, I have a fantasy question and a non-fantasy question, but I'm going to go for the non-fantasy question first. So one of the most interesting hires. So the hiring in general has kind of grown on me over time. It's just generally, I guess, what happens to you as a Bills fan. Everything kind of seems better after everyone, gets on board and a little bit of time passes. But one of the things I'm interested in is this defensive hire with Jim Leonhard. And I don't know how much you've had a chance to take a look at this yet, but one of the things that they mentioned at the press conference was a desire to have an aggressive defense. What would you say is like the centerpiece of a Jim Leonhard defense? Or with McDermott, obviously we know really reliant on safeties and having good cornerback play and zone corners, right? What does the Leonhard style defense look like? And do we have those pieces right now, or is there going to be a sneaky, upgrade at some position this offseason?
Yeah, it's a great question. And, I don't truly know what it's going to look like in Buffalo year one, because he didn't come out and say it's going to be a true 3-4. He said that he's going to kind of work with the personnel that this team has, and there's some unusual fits. If he does try to transition to a 3-4, for example, Taron Johnson, I don't know where he fits in this defense in that regard. Ed Oliver's another one that I have questions about. Obviously, you're not playing him inside in a 3-4. I think he lacks the length that you ideally want and someone on the outside. But we'll see, because he's a talented player. But in terms of what Jim Leonhard's defense has thrived with, especially at Wisconsin, it was the linebacker play. Leo Chenal is a free agent this year from Kansas City who thrived in that system. You look at some of the linebacker play in Denver, and I know he wasn't the DC in Denver, but he had his fingerprints all over that defense. And Singleton coming over after a stint in Philadelphia and a stint in the CFL before that. You need attacking linebackers, guys that can help with stopping the run, getting after the quarterback. They are going to be aggressive. Leonhard's blitz percentages at Wisconsin were insane. They can't be that high in terms of how often he sends heat, but they're going to be a lot different where, Sean McDermott was very dependent on trying to get pressure with his front four, and it just never seemed to be the case where they could do that consistently. I feel like Leonhard is going to be a guy that is going to throw the kitchen sink at you and be very aggressive. It obviously helps having a cornerback like Christian Benford, where you might have the ability to have him follow other teams' number one wide receivers. Cole Bishop, I think, is going to be a even bigger star. He's not a star yet, but he got so much better in year two. I think he has superstar potential in Jim Leonhard's defense. But they definitely need to upgrade the linebacker position as a whole. You look at this team, Matt Milano, as good as he's been, obviously last year of his contract too. He's not someone that you can count on long-term. If you want to bring back Shaq Thompson, it's again, same thing, aging player. You can't really depend on Terrell Bernard right now with the injuries, being undersized, etc. So that's the one position where I feel like they have to attack it. And the good news for the Bills is free agency and the draft. There's a lot of guys that you can go after.
Allie, you got anything?
Yeah, my big question, Ryan, is we lost someone really important today, and that's James Vanderbeek. Can you tell me your favorite Varsity Blues quote?
No. Put me on the spot there. I don't know about a specific quote, but that was one of my favorite movies. I did grow up watching Dawson's Creek too, so definitely two shows there. He did some Jay and Silent Bob more recently.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like I don't really watch Dancing with the Stars, but I know he was on that a few seasons ago too, and I saw clips of that. But from everything I've been told about him, just in terms of a people person, one of the friendliest stars. Some people that went to all the different Comic-Cons that he went to over the years said that you couldn't ask for a nicer person. And the videos that he shared on social media during this battle with cancer too, it showed, that human element of the struggle with people that have to fight that terrible disease. And I did really enjoy some of his commentary about being able to appreciate slowing down and not, going from job to job, because when he was an actor, that's what his life was. And he was able to actually realize, I'm not here forever. And I got to enjoy his family these last few years and experiences like that.
What a great response for not reading the book. I respect that. Beautifully said.
Not to go from sad, but it's one answer for the quote. It's a 10, a fucking 10 when Billy Bob's in the script. That is, I still quote it to this day. So that is an easy answer. Ryan, I hope I have the same fantasy question that you have, just for time's sake. But
please use last initial when saying, because there's a double.
Yeah, I know. I'll call him Mura. So hopefully we're on the same page here. But there's thoughts that he might have been coaching the offense underneath McDermott the way McDermott wanted the offense to be coached. I don't care if Sean McVay was the offensive coordinator. He wasn't going to find ways to throw the ball downfield with what this team had at wide receiver. Do you get, I like what he has said since getting the job. Do you get the sense that the offense might look quite a bit different, especially in the passing game? Or do you think it's going to be kind of status quo?
No, I think it is going to look different. I think he is going to try to open up the deep passing game. And you look at the last few months with Brandon Cooks too, and you want to upgrade over Cooks. I wouldn't mind if Cooks came back to be a wide receiver 3 or 4, but you want to find someone that can be a true wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 for this team. But it did open up more with Cooks, and they were trying more deep passes. You look at what Palmer did in year 1. It was nothing in terms of the overall stat line, but the Atlanta game, they went deep to him early. They were trying to get him involved. So I think that they've tried to find guys to mix and match in this offense over the years. Curtis Samuel can't stay healthy to save his life, but they've tried to bring guys in that have the speed element that maybe could be field stretchers, and it just hasn't worked out yet. I think that he is going to try to acquire someone. Brandon Beane, I feel like, has to go out there and make a move this offseason for a wide receiver. He knows that this team is lacking that, especially after the bravado from the interview with WGR, talking about this team's going to be, or this room's going to be better than last year, and they were number 1 in the league. He knows that they have to go out and add someone to the mix, but just overall, I think this offense is going to look different. And another area I think they're going to look different is James Cook. Coming off, I know, of a rushing title, he's going to be more heavily involved as a receiver as well here. I think he's really going to take on that Alvin Kamara role. You bring in Pete Carmichael Jr., who won't be calling the plays, but obviously was the right-hand man to Sean Payton for about 2 decades now, and knows how to get the ball out of the backfield.
Okay. Right. Did you, Mira, did you want to?
No, that was one aspect of it. I guess if I could just ask a quick one, quick answer. Who's the most important on the player on the Bills offense outside of Josh Allen? Who would you say?
Yeah, James Cook still, in my opinion. He's just going to be heavily involved. He was heavily involved this year. Kincaid, I would love to say, is the answer, but the injuries, the lack of availability, knowing that he's not having surgery on the knee again this year, which I get it. That's the doctor's call. And a lot of the time they feel like you can rehab and build the muscles around that. But he was dealing with that knee injury, obviously originally sustained it November of 2024, happened again this summer where he re-injured it, and then he was never the same, dealt with it all season this year too. So until I see him healthy for an entire season, I can't elevate him to that spot.
I've got a follow-up question to that, Ryan. I always think about how much pressure coordinators are placed on coordinators with a player being injured. I always think that there's these massive injuries, but we're never blaming the sports physical therapists and the trainers. So do you have any takes on what we need to be doing differently? Should there be more pressure on trainers than versus, offensive, defensive coordinators?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You look at all the soft tissue injuries that this team suffered this year, and eyebrow raising. And after the season was over, though, one of the first things Brandon Beane and Joe Brady said is they were bringing back everyone from the strength and conditioning and from the sports science, all that area. And they kind of threw Sean McDermott under the bus in terms of how things were handled this year with practicing and maybe practicing players that were banged up and not giving them a day off. I'll be the first to say they did not use veteran rest nearly as much this year as they have in years past. So there could be something to that. They definitely have to be smarter about it. They need to work it as a cohesive unit and say, okay, if this player is, dealing with some kind of minor injury, is it better to let him sit the first 2 days of practice or the entire week? Because there are certain guys that don't need the practice. You can roll them out there. We saw it at the end of the season with Kincaid making some plays. And there are certain veterans on both sides of the ball. If they know the system, you should feel comfortable enough to kind of let them rest throughout the week and let them play just on game day.
Yeah. Give me a healthy Milano,
Yeah.
All right.
One day, I think that's done. I think healthy Milano is a thing of the past. A thing of the past, but
we love him though. All right, so let's move on. So, what are some? We're gonna do a little. We'll do a little coaching change, right? So, what are some offenses that have benefited the most from coaching changes? Or what do you think are some of the ones? Do we want to start with Ryan Murrah?
Sure. So I really like this question. I think this is one of the most important parts of the offseason, figuring out, at least as a fantasy player, what really matters as to these coaching moves. And for the first one, might be a little bit unconventional, but I really like most for this offense is the Vegas move of getting Kubiak. And of course, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. It's not as much for the passing game, although I'm sure it'll help having, I think, an established coach there that knows how to prepare and run an offense. But the running game, I would imagine, has to be so much better. A year ago, nobody was talking about how good Seattle's offensive line was, but man, they just dominated. And it was a big aspect, and you have a huge talent. I mean, at least, 1.5 times what Kenneth Walker is, I think, is a talent who's also very good, but I just think Genty's like generational. So really, really like what that offense has in store. Then the next offense I thought of was actually the Chargers with McDaniel coming in as the offensive coordinator. I really love the fact that Hampton probably is going to be, I think, like an undisputed 1A option now, just given how McDaniels has used his, H-Chan in the past. I think he can be his new H-Chan, so to speak. I also, at first I really liked the hire of Harbaugh to the Giants, but then you go in and you bring in Callahan as QB coach and Nagy as offensive coordinator, and I just don't really like that. So, that was a bit of a downgrade for me. Yeah, I see the mirror clock, but I have a list of 5. All right, I got a list of 5. And I'm
you got a list of 5. This is a 5-minute segment.
I'll go back to everything and nothing. We should have had more time to talk about Cardi B and.
All right. Well, then you know what? I'm just not going to give you the next 2 because you were mean to me. So.
Other Ryan.
Yeah.
One,
those were great answers. Hard to argue with either. I'd added Atlanta into the mix with Stefanski. Obviously loves running the ball from his time in Cleveland. You already have Bijan Robinson there. Algier is the number 2 back. I can see both of those guys thrive. I mean, Robinson was unbelievable this year as a dual threat running back. Drake London getting more involved. They have to figure out the quarterback position, which is obviously huge for them. But I do like that move for Atlanta's offense. I think they probably bring back Kyle Pitts, whether it's via a franchise tag or a new deal. So the weapons are there. Now you have that offensive-minded coach. They would be thrown into my mix as well.
I like about that. And the 2, you guys each said the 2 guys, I think that, this is a year that only 3 or 4 of the guys were offensive-minded coaches too. So that's a little bit tough. You named the 2 obvious in Stefanski and Kubiak, which I think are going to be, really good additions for the fantasy players on those teams on the offense. I think you did really good to mention McDaniel as the offensive coordinator there, because Hampton's a guy that I'll be targeting a bunch because of the points you made. One thing that I'm not really betting on LaFleur or anything Arizona's doing at all, but with a new head coach, new offensive system, and probably a new quarterback, I see that to be a good thing for Marvin Harrison Jr. And that's somebody that, is really low in the dynasty aspects right now, because people are down on him after, watching Michael Wilson outperform him last year. I think he's a fun buy for me this offseason, because everything's going to change. The talent's there. I think that they really find a way to invest in him being a big part in that offense. So whether or not it all works with wins, I don't know if I'm betting on, but I do think that's a good sign for him.
And Louis be damned, I'm going to give you one more. Tennessee, all right? You got Rob Saleh, Bobby Saleh, and Brian Daboll is the offensive coordinator. I like that. So couldn't help myself.
I love it. All right. So next topic, we're going to do this as a hot round. I'm going to ask you about a little quarterback carousel prediction. So I'm going to give you a team, and you're going to tell me who you think their quarterback will be. So let's go Louis, Ryan, and then Murrah. So, sorry, Ryan. Sorry, Ryan. It's like at The Bachelor. I'm saying initials. So I feel so sorry, Ryan M. So first up, we're gonna go Jets.
I'm gonna do a little bit surprising here. I know we're gonna make it quick. Will Levis, I'm gonna go with a little bit left field.
Derek Carr coming out of retirement loves Aaron Glenn, has ties to the offensive coaches there. That will be my dark horse choice. If not him, who else? I wrote down Kyler Murray. That could be a landing spot for him as well.
That's my pick. There you go, Ryan. Kyler Murray.
Double Ryan. Next up, Dolphins.
Stick with me. Yeah, I'll go. Another little kind of shot in the dark here, but Davis Mills, offense coordinator, Slowick, spent a couple years there in Houston with him. Now in Miami, they're looking for a spot. He looked good in spot duty last week. I think that they make sense to wait on a quarterback, seeing that Mendoza is really the only guy this year. So I can see they using him as a bridge.
Yeah,
I'll go a jazz singer. Just want to say that.
Quinn Ewers, they're going to probably let him play this year. Tank maybe for what the best available quarterback in next year's draft, whether that's Manning or someone else when the time comes. But that's what I see happening.
Depending on the numbers, I think they'd be in on Murray. I don't think they'll be able to get it done, which is why I think they're going to go for somebody like Malik Willis and let him battle it out with somebody like Ewers. So Malik Willis is my pick.
Yep. Right. Even that, I think Willis is going to get paid, and I think they're going to have trouble paying anybody. So.
They might. You're right.
Sorry.
All right. Next up, Steelers.
This is my Kyler spot. I don't want to say Rodgers. It could be it. It really could happen, and I hate it and everything about it, and I'll hate it even more watching it with him and McCarthy. It'll be the worst thing they could ever do as the Steelers organization, but I'll say this is the Kyler spot.
I'm going Aaron Rodgers with Ty Simpson getting drafted in round 1 is that heir apparent.
Yeah, I like that pairing of the QB, and I'm also picking Rodgers.
All right.
I think it's going to happen.
Mike McCarthy is not coming back for a reunion tour without Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback. It's, like a moth to a flame.
I tend to agree.
All right, let's go Cleveland Browns.
I think they have to stick with Shador. I think in a year where there is more available, they wouldn't, but I think that has to be the move.
Yeah, I have Sanders down as well.
The one thing it tipped me off was when Monken got there, he said something like, oh, we wanted to draft you in Baltimore. And I get it. That could mean nothing, but I do think they stick with them for a year.
All right. We're going Colts next.
Surprisingly, they seem like they're interested in bringing Jones back, and that seems weird to me. I think what happens is they do give A-Rich the start of the season, and I wouldn't be shocked to I don't think he's bad, and I think that it could be a situation where he could just win the job back, but I think it's a combination of A-Rich and Daniel Jones.
Yep, I'm there with Daniel Jones. The way they got off to the hot start this year, he did a good job protecting the football. He's going to know the system. Makes the most sense to me.
I think it's Daniel Jones, but as to A-Rich, I think they trade him if they can. I think they're basically about as done as you can be with a quarterback. I think he's proven to them that he just doesn't have the tools to be able to do it.
Could be a fun.
Maybe not the tools. Shouldn't say the tools. He definitely has the tools just to put everything together.
If that happens, it could be a fun Trubisky spot. Let him go spot start, maybe 4 or 5 games for them before Jones comes back.
Listen, I just don't get this Trubisky love. Like, did we forget who Mitch Trubisky is? Like, are we remembering?
He is starting. We bet this. Did we bet this on Saturday night? I can't remember. We got pretty drunk, but I am betting that Trubisky is starting 4 or more games in the NFL next year.
Oof.
Oh, okay. Wait, time out. Everyone else, over under 4. What do we think?
I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under 4. I mean, there are only so many openings in this league and or available quarterbacks in this league. He had good tape. Obviously, that last week it was against the Jets, mind you. I think most NFL quarterbacks would have good tape against that team, but I just see him probably sticking somewhere as a backup, maybe even coming back to Buffalo. He's well liked there and respected in the building.
Yeah. Oh, I agree too. Yeah, he's on the Davis Webb track where he's going to be an offensive coach somewhere in the future. But no, he's done. He's not starting anywhere next year. Nobody's intending to start Mitch Trubisky. I would hope.
I didn't say
that. Right. Next up, Las Vegas Raiders.
I wanted to get cute, but it's Mendoza. I can't see them getting off of that. Right.
Nope, 100% Mendoza.
Yep, and even if Smith's on the roster, I don't think they're going to do like the ceremonial, you got to earn the starters. No, it's Mendoza.
Yeah.
All right, a team that I love and I want them to succeed somehow, but they just never seem to do it. Let's go Minnesota.
This podcast knows I'm a big McCarthy fan, and I still just want to believe that it still happens for him. I do see it being a spot where Cousins can go there, and at least as a challenge. Maybe they need to say, hey, we need a backup plan that's better and let them compete. But I'm going to go with a McCarthy Cousins kind of combo.
That's exactly what I've written down on my notes. Cousins goes back to Minnesota. Competes for the job. You give McCarthy a legitimate shot to win it.
I don't know what their cap space look like, but Willis also would make sense here. But I do think it's McCarthy, and Minnesota just strikes me as a team. If there's like one of the crazy trades of the offseason that happens pretty much every year, nobody's expecting some big move. I would expect it could be Minnesota at the QB position, because I think they realize we may not be able to do it with 9. So.
For what it's worth, the betting favorite for Kyler.
Interesting.
So
okay.
Just check that out today. So just, you're not off track there.
Okay.
All right. Falcons.
I'm going to go that they stick with Penix one more year. I think, he hasn't gotten the chance. I don't think he's going to pan out, but I think, if anybody's used to deal with shitty quarterbacks, it's Kevin Stefanski. And I think he's going to give it a shot. Again, most of these times when I say teams are just settling, it's because there's really not much out there this year. And I think the 2027 draft and free agency is going to be the time to make moves and trades. So I think a lot of teams are just going to settle for the guys that are there. Penix.
Yeah, I have Penix competing for the job with Joe Flacco, someone that knows Stefanski, someone that will be out and available, and not a long-term answer by any means, but someone that can at least push Penix for the job.
Yeah, Penix. And how about they bring back the almost near Atlanta Falcon, Deshaun Watson? He could also come along with Stefanski. And remember when he put away in the background the Falcon jersey on the decision?
Yeah,
I don't think that's like
That's a little interesting. I'm gonna maybe ride with that take a little bit. That's interesting.
All right. And last but not least, Arizona Cardinals.
I think they have to stick with Brissett. I'm going to make my answer pretty simple there. I think that they have to, if they move on from Kyler, I think that they stick with Brissett and wait a year to make a bigger move.
That's my landing spot for Malik Willis. Having him in there, some good wide receivers that were already mentioned earlier on the show. Trey McBride at tight end. So let Willis go in there. He showed in some short stints in Green Bay how well he could play.
The only way I think this doesn't happen is because he's also short, but I think it's Tua. They may not want to get another short quarterback in there after just having Kyler, but Tua is also a little bit taller than Kyler, so they might be okay with it. But Tua is going to play somewhere next year, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up there.
Well, I didn't realize size mattered in sports. All right, everyone. Now we have the great privilege of having the Olympics on while football is over. So the Winter Olympics are here, and we are going to draft whatever Olympic sport we think should be an Olympic sport. So this could be anything you want that you think should be an Olympic sport. All right.
All right, let me do the draft order here. We got Ryan Mura with the 1, me at the 2, Ryan Talbot, and then Allie, you are 4. I promise that was legit. I didn't just put you at the 4. So Ryan Mura.
Wow, this is great because I really only have one answer that I think is worthy of being an actual Olympic sport, and that is carrying the grocery bags in from the trunk to the car to the house. So, and I'm not talking about these bullshit paper ones that we have to use now. I'm talking about the good old days when we got those plastic turtle killer of bags, you know. But those, you could load those things in. You'd wrap the bag around, and my hand the circulation was off. I couldn't, my fingers were white, but man, I'd love to see it. I would watch it for sure.
People like the strongmen would literally have them lined along their arms, oh my God, so great.
But I would have for purity sake, we would need to make sure there's actual groceries inside those bags. Have to. Vegetables, broccoli.
That's really good. For my first round, I'm going what I really want rather than what I think will be taken. There's one that I think will be taken, but hide and seek would be fun as hell. Hide and seek would be so much fun. And just deciding who got picked to go is also incredible. You would have to train to be a hide and seek player internationally. And I love that for whoever got to do that. So that's my number 1 pick.
Yeah, excellent choices. I'm going to go with a game that we all grew up playing, dodgeball. Why is that not an Olympic sport? Everyone plays it. You could get the best from every country in there playing that game. I think that'd be a lot of fun to watch in an Olympic setting.
I love all these potential scholarships that people are going to get from D1 schools. Everyone, I love it. Mine is a lost art form that I feel like only World War II veterans knew how to do, and that's whistling. Which there was a nice little. I feel like veterans know how to whistle very well.
I would not make the cut.
Yeah, exactly. That's you can't represent Team USA. All right, and then my second Olympic sport. This is my choices are gonna be so weird. Okay, I want an apocalypse simulation, like you're Jack Bauer, and you have to get out of some crazy panic room situation. Whether it's you're saving, or it's you're on an airplane simulation, then you have to save the people.
Team or singular?
Well,
I think a team panic room situation.
That was going to be my next pick. So yeah, I love that.
Oh, that's great.
Doubles, right?
That's right. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well then, Now that she sniped
I
you,
know.
Are you swamping the board?
You also had apocalyptic simulation?
Well, escape rooms. I thought that'd be like with all the random bits of like facts that you have to pick up on things. Just seeing people compete in that area would be entertaining. Annoying your significant other. I feel like that could be an Olympic event where many of us could thrive and do very well and represent our country and win some gold.
Or technically bronze.
Or bronze, and then cry about it after the fact. And I had a gold medal.
Yes.
That also reminds me that the person that I annoyed, my significant other that I annoyed so much that she eventually left, went to school with you.
She
graduated
did.
You.
She did.
I just found this. I just found this out, and I've been meaning to text you, and I keep forgetting. So I found that out. So Brian, and it was one of what did you guys have, like a class of like 42 in Salamanca, right? Like
Salamanca wasn't too large of a class. Yes, maybe something.
Yeah. All right. I thought I wouldn't get this back, and I know it's kind of cliche, but I'm going to play for the vote on Twitter. Beer pong needs to be an Olympic sport, I think. So I'll go with beer pong. Right.
Well, I'm going to go with the actual better game that's more fun to play while you're drinking, and that's darts. How is darts not an actual Olympic sport? I mean, do you hear the guys they say like the 180, that's the greatest moment ever. And you could have cricket, you could do the 301, 501. I mean, it's great. Yeah, let's do that. And then my third pick, and this is going to be a throwback. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about here, but ever watch pro beach hockey as a kid?
No.
Oh man.
Oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it was amazing.
It was the greatest thing in the late 90s. There was this guy who created this hockey league, and it was basically roller hockey or street hockey on a beach in like this enclosed
it was ESPN2 all the time.
Yeah, it was so much fun. So pro beach hockey was there's actually, I think, a documentary about it now. There's a documentary about everything, so it's not that surprising, but it's really, I think it would be if we have ice hockey, why don't we have pro beach hockey too? That's I
have watched one of those games on YouTube this year. Like it was not that long ago. I went back and watched it. So yeah, they're there. My next pick, I'm gonna go with I think texting while driving should be or like blindfold speed texting was where I was going with it, but I think it's more impressive to be able to do it while driving. You're doing two things at once. We'll obviously make sure that the Olympic field would be clear of pedestrians. But yeah, I like driving while texting.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm just picturing somebody else shooting shells at you. You're running over banana peels in the middle of it, but you're still dodging and sending the text. It's great.
It's like Mario Kart.
Some sort of American Gladiator type competition for all the different countries. Same events. I want the Nerf guns that you're shooting at the targets. I'm thinking 80s and 90s style American Gladiators. Where you just have these pros that you're going against every country, and may the best country win.
Awesome pick.
Great pick. I was going to say something like the global guts, but yeah, that's even here.
Yes.
My number 3 pick is going to be something that I feel like could eventually one day be, and that is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think that is an amazing sport. It's crazy when you see the men and women just take down what they do. It's crazy. So that's one. And then I'm gonna say magic. I want magic tricks as my number 4.
Oh, that's great.
I'm weird person who never can't even Gatorade, and I want them to take out their. I just
imagine it being judged like a skating competition, after the trick, just everybody puts up their scorecard on how good it was.
If breakdancing can be an event, they can definitely do magic. Let's be honest here. popular sport getting more popular, pickleball. I think that'll eventually be something that gets talked about. Not my forte, but I could see that being an Olympic event.
Man, I really wanted this one to be my first pick, and Ryan, you kind of screwed it up with the with your pick, your first pick. But I'm going to do it anyways, and I'm going to go with a new version of Supermarket Sweep. It was the best show in the '90s, where you had to go in and just throw everything in the cart. I mean,
great show.
Can you? I'm not going to get where we all think I'm going to get, but can you just imagine some countries and that thing would be just, I can't just, the Italians would just have all the pasta. They're like, that's $1.99, dude. You're not going to win.
No, they would go truffle. They would go truffle. That's where the real money is.
Mira to end it.
That's a great pick.
I love that you're like, the Italians would have all the pasta and the Polish people would take the pierogies. Like, they don't have to. They could just...
Yeah, they wouldn't have to, but they would be conditioned to. I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to school for psychology now, and I know what that means.
Wow. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right.
Americans go for butter.
I'm going to mention once every episode that I'm a college student, by the way, from now until I'm done.
Yeah. Everyone loves a professional student.
So for my last pick, I'm gonna go with. Oh, look at that! Look at that.
True school. It's a school ID. See, Allie, it's real.
Does that say 11th grade?
Did not. Not. I won't tell you the community college.
Is that a token from Clue Junior? Like, what is? Who done it? Yeah.
All right, let me just make my last pick and end this. My last pick is that we're gonna have a World Settlers of Catan tournament, where you have to send your best Catan players. Josh Allen might be in consideration, I heard, because he's talked about really liking Catan. So, yeah, that's my move.
All right.
Loser.
Hey, you guys don't like it. You'll learn. Ryan, come on. You're a Catan guy, right?
I'm not, but Josh Allen and the Bills every year at training camp, they play that for hours on end, and they really enjoy it. So I definitely have to look into it. I don't know if I have the patience for it though. I'm not big with the patience on a lot of these games that take a long time. Even Monopoly, after a while, I'm like, I'm out.
What Ryan's trying to say is he's had sex before, so I think
a couple. I met Legends of the Hidden Temple. I thought would be fun to bring back.
That'd be a great one.
Capture the Flag was too much like hide and seek, but I think it'd be fun. Competition eating, I'm surprised no one said. And rock, paper, scissors, I think would be hilarious too.
I also
like Double Dare.
Which
Double
little bit?
Dare would be fun. Double Dare would be fun.
Oh,
also, like the
up
different
the giant
languages just
nose.
make it so much more fun. Just like everybody, like when people would get worked up. Again, not going to do another nationality getting worked up because I know Allie's already done that once and almost got us canceled.
That didn't happen. I also have bird watching. I think that could be a fun sport. And then I don't know how to say this as a sport, but I think it'd be funny of just like sword dodging. So someone just throws swords, and you get to be like, okay, that's why it's not a thing. Okay. Anyway.
Isn't that just fencing?
Yeah, that's basically fencing, but a little bit scarier. Yeah,
I want someone to die. Okay. Anyone else have any potential? And then freak shows, like a weird freak show thing, like
no. If you guys couldn't tell, by ending with Settlers of Catan, I didn't have any honorable mentions. I was already at the bottom of my list.
Looks like Ryan. Other Ryans had sex before. Good for you. Well, that was really fun, everyone. So thank you so much. I know it's now that we're done with football for now. There's still so much to talk about. Preseason is only a couple months away, but right now we're going to amp up on hoping that more football players make bad choices so I can talk about it on Everything and Nothing. So, Ryan, thank you so much for stopping in. As always, great hot takes. Thank you, everyone. This is Analytics are for the nerds.